Today we are celebrating a number of important things. Toronto Arts Council's 35th anniversary, and I think we can all agree that 35 years of investing in arts in Toronto has led to some very good things. We are also celebrating the 175th anniversary, in case you didn't know, of the City of Toronto, and on that note, please welcome the Mayor of Toronto, David Miller.
I want to say three things, and I'm not even going to make fun of Gian this year. So, first of all, I do want to acknowledge my colleagues on City Council who work extremely hard, who are probably underappreciated, and almost everybody who is here has supported our budget for the last few years, which has seen significant increases in arts funding. I wonder if my colleagues could all stand collectively, because otherwise I can't tell who's here. But I want to thank them for their support and hard work personally. I also want to thank the Toronto Arts Council. I do have the Mayor's fanfare in the end, and it says, commissioned by the Toronto Arts Foundation for the Mayor's Arts Award lunch, October 15, 2009. I must say I was completely surprised, and it was delightful. I immediately sent an email to Jill telling her that we need to get some trumpets at home. And I want to thank everybody in this room for supporting the Toronto Arts Council Foundation, and more importantly, for your work in supporting the arts in Toronto. I think we're seeing, in fact I know, and everyone here knows, we're seeing an incredible renaissance in this city. It's a remarkable city, and I think, certainly when I emigrated to Canada in 1967, people in Toronto probably thought of themselves as a hockey town. Well, quite clearly, we're not a hockey town. We can only hope. We are a wonderful and remarkable art city. And we're an art city from our most prestigious organizations right down to the grassroots. Just yesterday, Councillor Carl Ray and I had a meeting with the Board of Trade. And the head of the Board of Trade used to run one of Canada's largest accounting firms. Their international office came to Toronto, and they had to compete with cities around the world. And they moved 200 accountants here because Toronto was a better place to live. And the second city was in India, and they were competing on price. And that business came here because of the quality of life in this city. And that's one of the hugely important things about the arts. The second thing I wanted to mention that's very important to me is that in a diverse city, in a city where we have challenges of poverty in many neighborhoods, the arts are an incredible way of reaching out to young people and allowing them to have a true voice and express themselves. The Remix Project, for example, which has helped literally hundreds of young people from priority neighborhoods who had talent and creativity and who were probably the source of more inspiration than anything else, but didn't have doors open to them. Remix has opened the doors in partnership with some leading businesses to opportunities like internships and apprenticeships in arts-related fields. So they're giving not just a voice to those young people, but a sense of self-respect and real economic opportunity. And I think collectively, we're starting to tell our story of who Toronto is and who we're going to be through the arts. And that's, in the end, I believe, why City Council is so supportive of the arts in Toronto, because it's helping us define who we are for the future, and it's giving opportunity to those who don't have a voice to have a voice, which is certainly one of the reasons why I've tried to support the arts at every turn. Finally, I do want to say thank you again for a very warm welcome. Albert Schultz here said, "Take it like a man. You're used to standing ovations. Elected officials are used to the opposite." So I did very much appreciate it. And it's now my very great pleasure to introduce our next performers to you. Auto Rickshaw, which is a trio made up of Suba Sankaran, Ed Hanley, and Dylan Bell, is a superb example of one of those eclectic musical mixes that makes us all proud to live in Toronto. Today they will be playing an Indo-folk version of Leonard Cohen's Bird on a Wire. That can only happen in Toronto.